Hello and welcome to Preschool Storytime. My name is Miss Erica and I'm from the Chattanooga Public Library. This program is designed for children ages 3 to 5 years old, but everybody is welcome. I am so glad you're here today. Grown-ups, if you will please take a minute to fill out the survey in the description box below. Click on that link, let us know what you think about Storytime. We really appreciate your feedback and it helps us with our funding too, so thank you for your time. I think we're ready to get started. We're gonna clap and say hello, so clap your hands with me. We clap and say hello, we clap and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and say hello. Stomp your feet. We stomp and say hello, we stomp and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp and say hello. Wiggle. We wiggle and say hello, we wiggle and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wiggle and say hello. Wave. We wave and say hello, we wave and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wave and say hello. Hello! Today we have some really fun stories about squirrels and what they eat. Do you know what squirrels like to eat? Did you say acorns or nuts? Good job. Kiss your brain. Mwah. During the fall, squirrels like to gather food so they will have something to eat when it's really cold in the wintertime. And squirrels can be very protective. They can be very protective of their babies too. Our first book is called Old Mama Squirrel. This is by David Ezra Stein. It is being read with permission by the Penguin Publishing Group. Old Mama Squirrel had raised many babies. Mark my words, she said, there's no shortage of creatures that would love to snack on a baby squirrel. But it won't happen on my watch. Chuk, 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 she would say. Now she says this a lot, so put your hand up like this, make a fist, and go chuk, chuk, chuk. Can you do that with me? Chuk, chuk, chuk. We're gonna do that together every time Mama Squirrel scares away a predator. Whenever danger approached, Mama Squirrel went into action. Ready? Chuk, 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 she'd say. Get away from my babies! Chuk, chuk, chuk! Get out of my tree! No one could scold like old Mama Squirrel. The cat or owl would run afoul of her, would slink off looking for an easier meal. One day while the babies were taking a nap, a nosy dog came sniffing around. Mama Squirrel clattered from the high branches. Chuk, chuk, chuk! She chattered in the low branches. Chuk, chuk, chuk! She scrabbled right side up and upside down when she scolded that dog. Chuk, chuk, chuk! What does the dog think about it? He looks a little confused. That squirrel's crazy, said the dog. They must put crazy powder in the nuts around here. Help! Oh, she is making sure that he is gone. Good job, Mama Squirrel. And that takes care of that, said old Mama Squirrel. Mama Squirrel did not limit herself to known predators. She scolded kites, chuk, 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 and airplanes, chuk, chuk, chuk. She even scolded the man who came to prune the trees, chuk, chuk, chuk. And that takes care of that, said old Mama Squirrel. I think I would leave too. One afternoon while the babies were having a scamper on the high branches, a great, growling, grizzly bear came to town and climbed into Mama Squirrel's tree. Did you hear all of that alliteration? Great, growling, grizzly, all the g sounds and the grr sounds. Mama Squirrel sprang into action, and what does she say? Chuk, chuk, chuk! Get out of my tree! Chuk, chuk, chuk! Get away from my babies! She clattered in the high branches and chattered in the low branches. She scolded that bear, and she pelted him with last year's nuts. Plonk, 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 plonk. Have you ever had a squirrel throw nuts at you before? I have. They really do that. The bear was shocked, but then he laughed. Ha ha ha! Why should I listen to one puny squirrel like you? I'll eat your whole family tree. A twitch of fear went through old Mama Squirrel's whiskers. But then she clenched her jaw. Not on my watch, Buster, said old Mama Squirrel. She scooped up her babies and went to raise the alarm. Chook, chook, chook! By the fire escape! Chook, chook, chook! Under the tracks! Chook, chook, chook! In the tops of the trees! Chook, chook, chook! All over the park. She's alerting all of the other squirrels that live around her. The grizzly was just sticking his nose in Grandpappy Squirrel's nest hole when old Mama Squirrel got back. Chook, 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 said old Mama Squirrel. Chook, 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 said 20 other Mama Squirrels. Chook, 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 said 100 more Mama Squirrels. They scolded him high and scolded him low and threw old nuts at him until he ran away and never came back. And that takes care of that, said old Mama Squirrel. The people of the town were grateful to old Mama Squirrel. They even put up a plaque on the spot where she scolded the grizzly. So if you're ever in town, you should go see it. Chook, chook, chook! If you can get anywhere near it. She doesn't want them near her tree. She probably won't let anybody come near, will she? Well, I have another story about... Let's see if I can angle that without the glare. There we go. A squirrel who wants some acorns. Let's see. Let's count our acorns first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you hold up 5 fingers for me? 5 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came a squirrel, as hungry as can be. Can you rub your belly? Oh, so hungry. The fall winds blew and rustled the leaves, and down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. Now there are 4 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came a squirrel, as hungry as can be. The fall winds blew and rustled the leaves, and down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. 3 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came a squirrel, hungry as can be. The fall winds blew and rustled the leaves, and down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. 2 little acorns sitting in a tree. Along came a squirrel, hungry as can be. The fall winds blew and rustled the leaves, and down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. 1 little acorn sitting in a tree. Along came a squirrel, hungry as can be. The fall winds blew and rustled the leaves, and down came an acorn. Mr. Squirrel was pleased. How many acorns does Mr. Squirrel have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are left in the tree? 0. None. All right, Mr. Squirrel. I hope you are ready to stand up. We are going to sing Sleepy Bunnies together. So that means I need you to pretend that you're asleep. And then when I say wake up bunnies, you are going to jump up and down all over your room. And you're gonna hop, hop, hop. Ready? Okay, here we go. Close your eyes, go to sleep. See the little bunnies sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they Don't move. Okay, go back to sleep. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they ill? No! Wake up, bunnies! Hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop little bunnies, hop, hop, stop. Good job. All right, last time, go back to sleep. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they ill? No! Wake up, bunnies! Hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. 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 Hop little bunnies, hop, hop, stop. Good job, bunnies. Are you ready for another story? This one is called I Want That Nut. This is by Madeline Valentine. Mouse and Chipmunk were playing together when they heard a kerplunk. They peeked through the bushes and saw a nut! A big, beautiful nut. What kind of nut is that? An acorn. Do you know what kind of tree grows from an acorn? An oak tree. Mouse looked at the nut. Chipmunk looked at the nut. Mouse and Chipmunk looked at each other. Now you'll see this page looks a little different. Do you see these different colored? They're called speech bubbles. The gray one means that Mouse is talking. The brownish orangish one means that Chipmunk is talking. All right, so here's Mouse. You take it. No, you take it. I insist. You really should take it. Well, I guess I did see it first. Okay, I'll take it. Chipmunk took the nut. There he goes. Pew! Chipmunk and the nut were inseparable. They played together. They read together. They lay in the grass and stared at the clouds together. I want that nut. Now, do you really think that that's what a chipmunk would really do with a nut? They would play and read its stories? I think they would probably eat it. But these guys are being kind of funny. Mouse went to Chipmunk's house. Hey, did you hear that? Mouse house, these words rhyme. Mouse house, these words rhyme. Mouse house, these words rhyme. Rhyme along with me. Mouse went to Chipmunk's house for a friendly visit. He was very polite and knocked on the door. Mouse and Chipmunk and the nut sat down to tea. How does Mouse look? Not happy at all. This is lovely. Oh, it's our pleasure. The nut and I are very happy that you stopped by. Oh, look! A dinosaur! Do you think he really saw a dinosaur? But look, Chipmunk turned his head, and then when he looked back, Mouse had taken the nut. It was a trick. Mouse and the nut did everything together. They played tic-tac-toe together. They napped together. They were having a dance party together. Then there was a knock on the door. The visitor looked a little familiar. Hello, I am the judge of the most beautiful nut contest. You may have heard of us. Do you have a nut? Yes! Give me that nut! Who do you think that really is? Why does this person or creature look familiar? It's Chipmunk. Mouse paused. He looked at the visitor very closely. And then he handed the visitor the nut. Pew! Chipmunk and the nut were having the best time together when Mouse stomped over. Hand over that nut! The nut is mine! And you can see the arrows are pointing at both of them. That means they're both yelling at the same time. Actually, it's mine. It fell out of my tree this morning. I've been looking for it all day. Thank you for finding my nut. Goodbye. It really belonged to the squirrel. Mouse and Chipmunk sat down together. That got a little out of hand, didn't it? Yes, it did. I'm sorry I stole the nut. I'm sorry I stole the nut. At least they're making up. Hey, look at this log. Now they're gonna play with the log. Mouse smiled at Chipmunk, and Chipmunk smiled at Mouse. Mouse, Chipmunk, and the log had the best time together. Oh, those are the craziest little critters. Well, we're gonna play a game now. We are going to try to find a nut. I have some squirrels, and they are all different colors. Can you say the names of the colors with me? We have brown, red, yellow, orange, and gray. Squirrels do come in different colors, and they live in different places. Usually, in this area, we see gray squirrels. Some places you'll see a brown squirrel, or even a red squirrel. Sometimes the red squirrels look a little bit orange, but they do come in different colors. Not all colors. I don't think I've ever seen a purple squirrel. Have you? Or a pink squirrel? Anyway, one of these squirrels is hiding a nut, and we're gonna have to find it. So we're gonna say a rhyme. We're going to say a rhyme together. Acorn, acorn, small and round. Behind which squirrel can you be found? Which one should we try first? The yellow one? Let's see. No acorn. Acorn, acorn, small and round. Behind which squirrel can you be found? What about the red one? Nope. All right, we have 3 left. Brown, orange, and gray. Which color should we try next? Brown? Okay. Acorn, acorn, small and round. Behind which squirrel can you be found? No acorn. All right. Acorn, acorn, small and round. Behind which squirrel can you be found? Who has it this time? Is it you? It is. The orange squirrel had the acorn. It's all blurry. Hello? Anyway, you know it's an acorn, don't you? Okay, we are going to sing another song. Are you ready to put your hands up high? I am. So stand up. Put your arms up. We're going to start slow, and then we're going to get faster and faster and faster. Put your hands up high. Put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows in the front. Put your elbows in the back. Put your elbows to the sides. And quack, quack, quack. Faster. Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows in the front, put your elbows in the back. Put your elbows to the sides and quack, quack, quack. Faster. Put your hands up high, put your hands down low. Put your hands in the middle and wiggle just so. Put your elbows in the front, put your elbows in the back. Put your elbows to the sides and quack, quack, quack. Alrighty, it's time for supersonic warp speed, as fast as you can possibly go. Ready? Put your hands up high, put your hands up high, just so put your elbows in front, your elbows in the back, put your elbows to the sides and quack, quack, quack. Did you do it? Good job keeping up. Well, we are all done with our story time today. Thank you so much for joining me. Grown-ups, please don't forget about that survey linked in the description below. It really helps us a whole lot. Please take a moment to fill that out. And I will see you all next time. Bye.